In almost every American home is a portal that leads to the dark web, an online hideaway where privacy is all that's truly public about the place.
It's a whole set of sites that nobody can see from Google.
This is the dark web, a layer of the internet that's cloaked in secrecy and thrives on anonymity. On the dark web, an abundance of criminal activity allows visitors to tap into a world where the once unthinkable or unavailable has become a reality that's easy to access. All that's required is a desire.
It's a different kind of marketplace. It's one that's there specifically to sell and provide services that most people can't get in a legal manner.
Illicit drugs, child pornography, counterfeit passports, driver's licenses, stolen account information, and that's just for starters.
It could be really anything from drugs to services to guns to whatever it may be.
A recent study of the websites on the dark net found over 57% have some kind of illegal content on them.
This is a nasty place in a lot of ways. It's a black market, so you have to treat it as such.
We access the dark web with the help of computer security expert Chris Inzi.
Networks like the dark web make it a lot easier to hide your identity, but you have to know how to do it right.
The collection of websites here purposely hide the IP addresses of their servers, and traffic is encrypted. The sites you visit can't be tracked, and it prevents sites you visit from learning your physical location. Finding people who have visited this world can be challenging, as we discovered. We did find one person willing to speak with us, but he asked we not use his real name or show his face, and he preferred answering our questions over the phone instead of in person.
There's people talking about whether it was torture or killing people, and whether or not it was true or not, just the idea that people would think of such sick and twisted things definitely made me think, I don't think I'm going to go back on there.
As for why Joe went on the dark web in the first place, he told me he became curious after hearing some of his friends talking about it. I also wanted to know why there was such a fear among so many to openly discuss traveling to such depths of the internet.
There could be ramifications with law enforcement, or somebody, seeing you say that you were on there. It might, bring attention to yourself.
There is a side of the dark web that isn't so seedy. Journalists have tapped into this world to communicate with sources such as whistleblowers. In countries where communications are often censored, the dark web, again, provides a safe gateway to get information.
And that was the idea. You wanted to give people an anonymous way to communicate.
But it's the illegal activity that makes it so potentially dangerous. Terrorists, human traffickers, even hitmen are suspected to use the dark web in one form or another. For law enforcement, tracking users is extremely difficult. Instead, they're forced to infiltrate groups to try and get identities of those breaking the law. Look at the amount of growth the dark web has seen in just a matter of years. An entire economy has built up around its existence.
There's a ton of PayPal accounts on here you can buy.
Researchers have discovered that stolen Uber accounts are sold for more on the dark web than stolen credit cards. And while Uber accounts fetch a reasonable sum, PayPal accounts are by far the most valuable.
There's information there that you probably don't want to see. While you have your curiosities, you have to weigh that with what the risks are to your livelihood, to your personal best interests, to your morality. And as long as you can get comfortable with that, sure, go ahead. But I would say that the risks can outweigh the benefits significantly.
There were links and stuff to like child pornography and that kind of stuff. And probably there was a lot of like weird fetish kind of sites on there and that kind of thing that, I didn't really look into, but it was sort of disturbing.
An often disturbing world where freedom as well as fetishes and online outlaws all exist, shielded from the outside world looking to peer in. A place where secrets remain secret, at least most of the time. Joy Lepola, Fox 45 News.